All right. Hey, ladies and gents. It's Drew, also known as RandomPlanet, and we are back here with Amanda. She's going to take her turn here at this shot here. So you're going to click on Apocalypse.
I'm going to die.
And you're going to choose Little Boy because that's the one that I did. Which is probably good. Then you want to do Ted or Dolores?
Dolores.
You going to be Dolores? All right. All right, so it's just WASD to be able to walk around, and then you're going to left click to be able to pick things up. Yep.
Oh my gosh, soup when I enter the door.
Yeah, remember, you got 20 seconds to look around. You're doing so much better than I am.
Yeah, sure. I want this. Give me. Freaking food, man.
Damn. Flashlight. Oh, you didn't put it in there.
How do I do that?
Click.
Oh, click. Kids, we need to pack you up and go on a trip.
Oh, you got really lucky. The kids and your husband are all right next to there.
Haha.
You have no water, though.
F. Water.
No, hurry up. You're not going to be able to get him.
I am. Haha. F the
Yeah,
husband.
suitcase is only 3. Grab him, quick. Honey. Oh, wow. Last second you made it. All right, so she's already been better than I am. Scary. Scary. She got a lot of food, a lot of water. She got the gun.
I forgot
Didn't
the map.
get the map, though. Yeah.
I did get the flashlight, though.
You did get the flashlight. You didn't get the... Oh, God, you got a decent amount of food. You got a med kit. Oh, look at that. How...
There's a TV remote?
I don't know what that is.
There's a TV remote?
I don't think that's a TV remote. It's a harmonica. And you got they gave you an axe and a freaking... and a med kit. How lucky is that? Alright, all of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. It was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it down here. Remember, hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We opened the shelter door and noticed some of the shelves were already stocked. We can't really say we recall putting anything in these supplies down here, but we're definitely going to put them to good use. Good thing we grabbed the suitcase. What we found inside will definitely prove useful. I don't know what it was in the suitcase.
The soup?
No. I don't think so. Amanda, press the next one. Nope.
Oh.
Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't need to worry about that for some time. It's the best stock shelter we've ever seen. We'll never see another one, but we're pretty sure this is a good amount of supplies.
Y'all can starve.
Time to ration supplies. You literally have full stock of food.
I don't care.
1 minute it was all fine, next minute we're at each other's throats. How did this happen? We're insane. This is insane. We need to grip on ourselves if we are to survive this. Let's just sleep on it. It's a day 2. I don't think you're going to die by day 10. I really don't. We're done fighting about how long. Everything seems okay with Dolores. There's much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. Always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing happened with Mary Jane today. Nothing new to report on Timmy. All 4 of them are going fine.
We can starve them.
You can? You want to? Alright. Do you want to send someone out?
F the husband.
Mary Jane didn't utter a single word today. This is very odd. Maybe someone should find out what's going on with her. They wanted to talk to her. You're going to send the husband out?
Problems. Yeah.
You're going to send Ted out. After I survived 63 days with Dolores. Not there. Alright, Dolores can't remain in the Cersei for long. Ted needs water to survive. How can we spare some water? Mary Jane's been asking for it all day. And Ted prefers apple juice, but right now give him some water.
Everyone water. Got it.
Alright, so Ted...
Husband.
Gas mask. Yep, there early on. I would probably do that.
Why the heck would you carry a suitcase?
I don't know, maybe to be able to grab things?
What's in the suitcase? Yeah.
They already showed you what was in the suitcase. It was
No.
the bullets and the... It was the bullets and the bug spray.
Oh.
Alright. Head left, gas mask, no longer thirsty, no longer thirsty, no longer thirsty.
Starve them.
I mean, probably don't need to give them anything right this second. You're thinking like any day other kind of runners. She said it's her birthday. She doesn't want a gift. Not in this situation. Not in this economy. Well, she's too young giving orders around here. So she getting a birthday present. That's it. We need to pick out something. I would. We saw that the bug spray helped out with quite a few things before. You don't want to get your med kit away, so I would almost skip it. And here I am telling you what to do. This is your playthrough. You need to figure out what to do.
She's gonna stab him.
Mary Jane is too old for birthdays. That's what we think. Everything is okay with Dolores. The prince of how Mary Jane is handling the situation. Looks fine today. Timmy's good. Well, at least it was 5 minutes ago.
Starve.
Really? Trash cans are getting disgusting. Good news is we don't have much of an appetite. We've seen those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. I mean, you can bug spray, but that's up to you.
Wait, did it say anything about
Yeah, just about the bugs. You're gonna let them manifest? Okay.
We need the
Get people sick? K6? Oh, they actually look good. Yeah.
Ooh!
Oh, dear lord.
Buggo.
Yep,
Yeah.
a mutant cockroach.
Yuck.
Oh my god, the thing is huge. There goes another one. Cockroaches everywhere. We're doomed. We already feel all dirty. Doris has to drink sometimes. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Basically all need water. They haven't eaten in how many days?
They didn't ask for food.
Okay.
Mary Jane did.
Oh, Mary Jane is hungry. Yep. I think Mary Jane eats more than most. There's people in the comments that are probably going to say, oh, well, you know, she's... No, it's not because of their size. It's just because they coded her to eat more. And from my playthrough, it seems like she does eat more than the other kids. Nothing more surprising than a knock at the shelter door. Who could it be? Should we investigate and risk our very lives? Sounds like a good idea. Shall we open the door?
Yeah.
I'll laugh my butt off if you're already dead. Day 7. Oh, did you just get more soup?
No?
No.
Soup.
Mary Jane looks sick already. It seems it gave us that awful sickness. That coffee is driving us crazy. Dolores wants to eat. Mary Jane is now sick, and Timmy's hungry.
Hungry.
But no one's thirsty.
Okay. Hungry.
You started with a lot more food than but you don't have a radio, you don't have, like, any of the gaming stuff that helps out, you don't have the...
Gosh!
You don't have the scout book. It's been a while, but we know what's happening on the server, so only had time to chance tune in at emergency radio broadcast and learn a thing or two.
No.
She's just gonna have all her cans and her stuff
Oh my
like
god,
that and sit down
Father's
there.
back.
And he looks... Oh, the gas mask was ruined!
You suck entirely.
But what did he bring back?
You didn't get anything.
They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what might go on might not necessarily kill us. Ted has returned safely from his voyage to the surface. We were hoping this expedition would be successful. Too bad that was not the case. Darn it, our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but couldn't get a good enough look at it. In the dark, maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Are there any drugs we could give Mary Jane? Dolores is no longer hungry. Ted is hungry. Ted is really tired. Timmy is no longer hungry.
Okay, Ted's just hungry. Y'all can starve now.
You gonna send him out again? Okay.
I'm gonna accidentally kill Mary Jane.
What are all those sounds? They're coming from the damn walls. They're driving us crazy. Is something crawling up in the air vents? Relax. Take a deep breath. We probably calm down before we start tearing them down. Maybe try something relaxing for a bit.
Y'all gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be some sort like they're gonna kill each other. Someone's coughing.
you have seen better days.
I don't think you can send her out.
Sorry.
Boredom can really get you down to shelter. You can lead you to dark places. Trust us. Ted is hungry. Ted needs to drink. Thirsty for Mary Jane. It's water for Dolores and drink for Timmy. So everyone needs to drink and Ted needs to eat.
Yeah.
And you said you were sending Mary Jane. She was sick.
You want to have a harmonica? There's no harmonica.
Yeah, but that might be the only thing that you have for, like, entertainment. And you really might need the bug spray because you got a freaking radioactive cockroach.
You want some ammo? Want a gun?
I don't know.
You want a suitcase? You definitely want a suitcase to be here.
You do the suitcase.
She can come back sicker.
I mean,
than she
there's
was
nothing
before.
else. There's nothing else with the suitcase. Oh, that's right. It hasn't cleared out.
Yeah, she's gonna come back sicker than before. Hopefully you bring us a map.
Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Ted is hungry. No thirsty. No one's thirsty, but Ted is hungry.
Bro! Didn't you just already eat?
We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop, but here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. Must be a public phone on the other side of the street. So someone go answer it.
Go.
I think that's because he rested.
He's still tired though.
Yeah, but what is the... Answer the phone, we can clearly hear the grasp received from the caller. They introduce themselves as survivors from nearby town of Hill Valley. Which, back to the future reference. We just started exchanging information when they cut us short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We'll hope they'll get back to us. Ted is mighty tired and needs more time to recover strength, but he's not hungry anymore. Dolores has not eaten for a while, and nothing new to report on Timmy. So the only one that needs to eat...
Timmy?
Dolores. Unfortunately, we keep sitting back our backsides here in this tiny little bunker. We can start thinking about getting far away from this radioactive wasteland. Who'd thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the running part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open.
Oh, wait for further instructions.
So no radio.
Freaking mouse.
Well, you definitely made it longer than you thought you were going to.
Where's the mouse?
Dude, that cockroach is just chilling.
He's just been standing there the whole entire time.
There's one thing we need to do is radio on a regular basis. Is use a radio on a regular basis to catch an emergency broadcast that might be transmitted. It's either that or else strolling around outside waiting for it to get picked up. First option sounds a bit more sane. Ted hasn't recovered his energy. Where's water when Ted needs it? Dolores, water. Timmy, hungry. Oh, and water. So Dolores, water. Ted, water.
Walter.
Both. Alright, roaches seem to be more organized with every passing day. At first it was just one or two of them, but nowadays I see small columns of them marching through the shelter. We need to deal with this situation before the civilization becomes superior to ours. So now, I guess it allows you to be able to use the bug spray later on. And so now...
I'm not gonna shoot the freaking bugs.
Yeah, the gun would probably blow up anyways.
Yeah.
Yay, bugs are gone. It's a clean looking shelter. Roaches might have had numbers, but we turned to have that strategic masterminds. After he murdered their leader and showed his severed head to the army, the remaining roaches scattered panic and ran away. Ted is no longer thirsty. Hey, we're all good.
Y'all can starve now. Ha ha.
Plenty of distant relatives, but none of them made him as much as Auntie Ada. She lives in the country. There's a good chance she's still configuring her own POW counting machine. Not worried about nukes raining down on our house. Too bad we don't have a photo of her, do we? We got some photos a while back. Giant coffee spill incident. You don't have that. Acquire a radio.
Darn it.
Who knows? Maybe Mary Jane will come back with them.
But I also want a map. Because we'll need that later in the game.
Okay, so we're left with no photos, no news, no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Ted hasn't recovered his energy. Dolores is fine. Most anyone could be in this tiny shelter. Timmy seems okay. Most of all, they could be in the current situation.
Y'all can starve again. You don't need anything.
Alright, we played a game of list the things you hate your most, and your neighbor's home can come up for some reason. That reminded us the little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside, but maybe now is the time to finally find out. But who will do the honors of stealing the possessions of our arch nemesis?
You seem like a good friend with a neighbor.
She sent Ted out.
Someone knocking on our door. I got 2 people in this house that are sick.
Oh, you got more bug spray. We used the safe, we heard a loud bang, and room filled with thick, nasty smoke that smelled of rotten eggs. The bastard booby-trapped the safe. Sure, it slowed us down, but it didn't stop him from taking his most prized possessions. Take that, Ned. Too bad we won't ever get the stench off her clothes now. Dolores has to drink sometimes. Ted is rested. There we go. Needs water to survive. Ted is hungry. Ted became infected with something. Maybe he doesn't need much, but he should drink. So all of them need to drink.
Dolores needs to eat.
No, I don't think it's Dolores. Dolores is... No, it's Ted.
Yours. We'll see what happens to the sickness.
Open the name of Freedom came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed it to be represented Freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves is probably planning to kill someone in the name of Freedom. Should we open?
Yee.
Look at you. Day 16. Oof. Him really not, or Ted really not doing good. Yeah, look at him. He's
We got water. Did we get any water? Hey, we
regretted to open the door a minute we saw was standing on the other side. Dark faces, rifles, and determined looks. A band of teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Out of the blue, they asked if we were the Reds. We never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said we weren't. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. They also told us not to fear, since Wolverines are around. We're not sure what Wolverines have to do with all this, but we took their word for it. Plus 2 bottles of water. Nice. No longer thirsty, no longer hungry, and no longer thirsty has not eaten for a while. No longer thirsty, not very hungry. So Dolores and Timmy need food. Timmy. Alright, apocalypse or not, we can't ignore our kids' educational needs. Timmy has spent too much time reading a single thing. We need to get him to read again, otherwise he'll grow up with all... To be an analphabetic... I'm assuming they meant to say alphabetic savage, but that says analphabetic savage.
No, he can do. He can be.
I'm assuming they meant alphabetic savage. Hey, look who came back. Oh, she came back with a lot of food.
Oh, and water. Thank you. But you didn't get the mat. Oh, checkers.
Checkers, nice. We don't need no education. It's New World's. It's all about those who has the most cans. Now, 1 can, 2 cans. Nothing made us happier than say the sight of Mary Jane returning to shelter and service. We finally decided to check what we can between the rubble in our own backyard and 4 lawns of flowers, and one object desired the whole neighborhood, now reduced to nothing more than radioactive ashes, covered by debris. There really isn't much left here. Only a tree is left completely burnt down. In a hollow area inside the dead husk, the mutated 3-tailed squirrels made their home. They're pretty good at collecting stuff. Hopefully they don't mind us borrowing a few things, plus 2 cans of soup. We use the barbecue here almost every weekend. The barbecue itself has found its way on the power line in front of our house, and it's unreachable. Our garden table is mostly destroyed. Under bits of charred wood, we found a few things that could prove useful. The checkerboard? The garage still has 2 walls left, but most things inside are gone. Even the bicycles made it through the blast, but weirdly enough, baskets installed on top of them did. We found some leftover supplies there from our last bicycle trip, plus 2 bottles of water. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. We could potentially be our ticket out of here. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Mary Jane's condition isn't better today. She's quite hungry and really tired. No longer hungry, no longer hungry. So it looks like Mary Jane is the only one that needs to eat. And you are just great on food. Now remember, this is the only one I'm going to give you this one. Remember what backfired with how many times I went out.
Claustrophobia is difficult to fight against, especially in a little clustered
Little cluttered bunker. Maybe we could open the door for just a few minutes. Let some air in. Maybe they need to let the farts out. I mean, imagine you gotta pass gas,
But isn't
and
the
you're
air still...
you're in that bunker.
The air's still radioactive, though.
It's true. It's true. They didn't get, well, because the radio, they don't know if it's still, because the radio.
It's doing everything. We gonna die. We definitely got sick. Nope.
No, because he was already sick, and she was already sick. Opening the door, letting contaminated areas get in, and now instead of phobias, we need to deal with vomiting. Tag keeps coughing and coughing. He should drink something soon. Mary Jane's quite hungry. Aren't there any drugs to give Mary Jane? Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Water is what she needs. Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. They all need to drink.
Water and Mary Jane needs some food. Right?
Hmm.
Yes. I don't care if you're sick. Go.
Yeah, the freaking suitcase seemed to be a really good idea for scavenging. Crazy idea.
Someone gets hit with a suitcase, carry their body there.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's more about carrying more stuff back, which is the reason why she got so many things. Mary Jane is tired. Let's let her get some time to recover. No longer hungry, no longer thirsty, no longer thirsty, no longer thirsty. Good, good.
So, y'all can start.
Alright, we're about to finish it here. We heard something knocking at the door. It seems to be a trader, very interested in ammunition. How about that? Now, here's the thing, is remember the last time that they came with the ammunition, they only traded like 1 can of food. Is that worth the tea right now? Considering you're pretty stocked up
big head.
Considering you're pretty stocked up on food.
I mean, yeah, but still.
You're pretty stocked up on food, and you have the gun. So it might be worth keeping the bullets. On day 20, you might actually beat Dad.
Mm.
And was desperate, refused to hand over any ammunition, and was able to throw he was able to smoke bomb the hatch. Before we could do anything, he was gone with our ammunition, asshole. Really? It's like the choices don't matter. What the heck?
Stupid.
Any drugs we can give Mary Jane. Give her time to recover. Not eaten for a while. Timmy is very hungry. So Dolores and Timmy need food.
Dolores and Timmy.
Paid a visit by a young man worried about his twin sister who went missing in the bandit camp not too long ago while acting as a spy and trying to get her hands on the plans of a new bandit fortress. Seems to trust us fully and be very friendly, but obviously very concerned. He asked if we come to his aid in his hour of need, and really good things might happen if we manage to succeed.
Mary Jane.
That's probably the wise choice. You sent out the 2 people who are already sick. Assist other survivors with a rescue mission, so yes, you do need to do that.
Welcome back.
I don't see anything new, though. Young man assisted by a group of other survivors, all armed, but was assisted by a group of other survivors, all armed but really friendly. We found the girl, threw her a weapon, and fought off the bandits guarding the exit. Siblings were happy to be reunited, but also very confused. Turns out the bandit leader was actually their father. Crazy small world we live in. Anyway, we're really thankful and promise to contact us again soon, so maybe they'll come back to help. Mary Jane is rather sick. Mary Jane is still tired. Give her some time. Can we spare some water? And she's hungry, so she needs food and water. And water for each of them. Anyone out there can rescue us from the hell situation? It's our government. You can badmouth them all you want. It probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly. We're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time. Never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our eyes and ears open for any sign from them. Unfortunately, still no radio.
Hey! Dang it. I don't have... Wait, a map?
That's the radio that you...
Oh.
I don't think you can get to the map point unless you actually did the radio transmissions.
Man.
Why did that sound like someone was crawling?
My one.
She's fatigued. She's tired.
Why can't you sleep? I mean, it just seems...
Yeah, Timmy's is great. She's still sick.
Nobody's hungry or anything. That's good.
Is one thing we need to do is use a radio on a regular basis to catch emergency transmissions that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or else strolling around outside waiting to be picked up. The first option sounds a little bit more sane. Mary Jane is rather sick. She has rested, though, so she's getting better. No longer thirsty, no longer hungry, no longer thirsty, pretty fatigued, no longer thirsty. So it doesn't look like they need anything. And you might want to save that first aid kit in case someone sick comes back sicker. Remember, that's the thing I regretted. Alright. When someone knocked at the door, they were suspicious and cautious. After a few minutes of talking, it turned out it was this group of old ladies who were at a tea party not far from here when the bombs dropped. We thought it would be good manners to talk to them face to face. When we opened the door, those old bats attacked us with their umbrellas, canes, and something that looked like a spiked table leg. We need to fight back.
Axe. I thought it was something else. That's a gun. Hey, you took our axe.
No, you used axe. The axe action was enough to send those cowards back. Bet your ass they will be back. Vermin like that are never gone long. They crawl out of the shadows and night comes back together. We don't cure Mary Jane soon. Who knows what will happen? Life is hard for us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. Hope to stay this way. Timmy might not look like it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. So no need a fruit or water. Nice.
No food and water.
You still got a dang good stock. Our situation is getting worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. We know a teacher from a local school rescued a bunch of kids when the bomb fell. We also know what kind of supplies are in the school shelter. As part of the community, we help stock it for emergency. So technically they're ours, right? Should we claim them in our hour of need?
Yes. Oh, here.
I have a feeling that's going to be taken over by bandits. That's Dad. Oh.
We got soup!
A ton of it.
How much soup?
Or you have 8 cans of soup. You're maxed out.
What soup?
Dear Lord. We're now richer in some supplies, but for some reason we don't feel ready to get about it. Let's just never mention this whole thing again. Plus 4 cans of soup. Water is what Mary Jane needs right now. Oh. Dolores has not eaten in a while and needs water. And water for Timmy would be nice. So water for everyone, and then soup for Dolores. Yep. Yeah. Oh, did you see that? That was max cans plus 1.75. This is terrible. We can't sleep. We've been having problems sleeping ever since we got down here, but now it's worse than ever. If we don't deal with this problem, we might not be able to cope with any other challenges that wait us inside the thin shelter doors. This one's up to you. I don't know whether to use that or not.
All I need is...
You'd be using the med kit, but at the same time, you've got someone that's sick, and you've got another person that might be coming back sick. So it's up to you.
Haha, suck it, Dolores. Sorry.
Oh. What is Timmy doing to that teddy bear? And he's got a can of soup in his head. He's going nuts. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we try to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck, we're even more tired than we were before, and there are other problems we need to face soon. Let's hope our yawning will be enough to scare the raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Mary Jane, no longer thirsty, rather sick, pretty tired, pretty fatigued, really tired, no longer thirsty, no longer hungry.
Timmy.
No longer thirsty, very... I didn't even see what he said. There. No longer thirsty, very hungry, but his behavior is odd. Maybe you should have used... Maybe you should have used the... Yesterday, we were doing charades. We learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism, and that has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather shelter schooling Mary Jane a little. I mean, if you want to teach Mary Jane how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Arianism.
Yep.
Why is there blood on the wall?
Probably because Timmy's nuts. Dad's back.
Oh, that.
All right. Hey, you got a new gas mask. Nice. Dolores does not mess around. She started with spelling exercises, but quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course, and entering tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of her shelter has improved today. Gas mask +1. Ted has returned safely from his voyage to the surface. So the gas mask was actually because you were teaching. It wasn't because of him. One of the buildings to withstand the blast turned out to be a local bus station. If any passengers survived, they have long since abandoned the buses, leaving behind hordes of personal belongings, backpacks, blood, sacks, and even one guy left a cupboard. It was difficult to resist looking at. Guess what? Another smaller cupboard inside. We found a radio.
That's what I did.
It was great playing this great song by this one great guy. What a wonderful find. We believe that our expedition in the wasteland must be followed by strangers. We must be more cautious next time.
I ain't sending someone out. The last time you did that, Mary Jane got kidnapped.
Dolores needs more time to rest. She seems exhausted. Ted hasn't recovered from illness yet. Ted is hungry. Ted is really tired. Ted is pretty fatigued. So hungry. We don't cure Mary Jane soon. Who knows what will happen? Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. Could use a little food. Timmy isn't really himself. We're really worried about him. Timmy is no longer hungry.
Too hungry, and that's for...
I want to say it's Mary Jane and Ted.
Mary Jane and Ted. Got it. No. He's the one who go out of Timmy.
During our last expedition, we finally approached that nearby vehicle. It was a tank missing wheels and a few other crucial components. Outside was rusty and a little burnt up. We hope we ever have to drive away from here. We should just scavenge. We should scavenge for something to reinforce it. Anything we can grab for this little supply run. Gas mask? Yeah.
We have nothing on the list that we haven't done.
Gas mask is ruined. Gas mask proved to be useful while exploring a very stinky warehouse nearby. We found some sheet metal next to cartons with expired milk and rotten eggs. Sheets were installed as armor on our post-apocalyptic vehicle. Unfortunately, the mask filter was totally used up. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Ted is mighty tired and needs more time to recover strength. Needs water to survive. Needs food and water. Rather sick, sleepy all the time. No longer hungry, but she needs water. State of mind, needs water. Water. So it looks like everyone watered Ted food. You're running out of water real quick. Go to the black dot. Because you got metal plating on that now. Timmy has been talking about going out to the surface to explore, run, dance, play with whatever burnt remains can be found. We'd gladly jump the chance to give him some fresh air. They're worried about exposure to radioactivity would effectively ruin his fun by turning him into a terrifying mutant. Should we let Timmy out? Well, he's kind of going nuts as it is. Kind of worried about Timmy killing everyone. I don't know if that's a thing in this game, but you just want to see if he'll actually kill everyone.
Yes.
I know how my daughter thinks. Plus, you're running short on water. We had to say no, what else we could do. Dangerous and Timmy's sad puppy eyes are enough to convince us. And no, chewing your own foot is not a convincing argument either. His stomach is rumbling. It should be done about Ted's sickness. Mighty tired, needs time to recover strength. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. So food.
Sorry.
We care Mary Jane. Still tired to get trying to recover, so no, she doesn't need anything. Mary Jane no longer thirsty. We know about Teddy's state of mind. No longer thirsty, no longer thirsty. So it seems like Ted just needs food. Expedition.
Why not?
And Dolores is confident. Hey, the radio. We can see down our backsides in this tiny little bunker and start thinking about getting far away from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought that the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We do it on our own now, saving part, not the running part, of course. However, there might be someone who could help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears out.
Who's getting the sick?
We're going to use the radio? There we go. So much for dying day 10, huh? We knew it. The government has not fallen. They're coming to save us. They didn't give us exact dates in the radio transmissions, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they'll be covered in a couple of days and told us to wait for instructions. Ted hasn't recovered from his injury, but he has recovered from his sickness. He isn't hungry anymore. Is there any drugs we could give Mary Jane? Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. Or about Timmy's state of mind, he's not doing well. Timmy should eat something. Dolores would really love to eat something.
You suck. I thought that would have helped. I mean...
It's still radioactive out there, but you don't have the mask. Wait for further instructions from the military. You're just gonna keep on doing the suitcase because it might give you more stuff. Eat dirty. Alright, Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's make sure he makes it. Let's hope she makes it back safe and sound. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest is what he needs. If he doesn't drink anything, won't last long. Mary Jane needs food and water. Ted needs water. Still hasn't recovered his full mental competence. We hope. And then Timmy is no longer hungry. Timmy is pretty fatigued. Something to drink. So it looks like
water. Ted needs
nothing. So Mary Jane needs food and water, and Timmy needs water. Oh, what Ted doesn't need water. Oh no, he does. Okay. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offers a simple one-time deal. Want a can of soup, we can get a bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside. The trader gives us angry glances every time we step towards the mysterious bag to make him a deal. You can actually afford to do this.
Why not?
Because you actually have a crap ton of soup. You get a cat!
I got a cat! Oh my god, that's...
Sherikov. The Russian cat. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the back started violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls when the beast finally escaped. It turned out to be an angry house cat. Feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Caller says Sherikov. Is that his name? Ted is still tired. A few days rest when he eats. No longer thirsty. And Timmy is no longer nuts.
Oh, he got something.
Timmy is no longer crazy, is no longer thirsty. We don't care Mary Jane, what knows what will happen. Mary Jane's still tired, no longer thirsty, no longer hungry. Okay. Well, looks like good. We're working on, we have working radio, why not use it? Maybe we'll catch a broadcaster too. I think what it is the radio actually helped Timmy from trying to get a little bit better.
Or maybe the cat. Who knows?
Nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Ted is still tired, needs 3 days of rest what he needs. Any drugs. Tired, she becomes cranky. The good scout he is, make best of the situation seems cheerful.
Probably the cat.
Then very good. I think the cat actually probably would help. Someone paid a visit today. It was an overly cheerful red-haired woman protected by a mercenary type who was led by a guard. She told us the trader eagerly showed us the items, but so you could get another med kit to be able to cure her.
Very helpful.
To be able to cure her, yeah. Or the mom if she comes back like that. Managed to work out a deal. The woman also gave us some tips about surviving in the wasteland, but her advice seems pretty useless. We already know that radiation is dangerous and that hitting a rat with a stick will eventually kill it. We thanked her and said our goodbyes. Ted hasn't recovered his energy. Ted wishes for a few drops of water, and he's hungry. Mary Jane's sleepy all the time. And water and food. So, water and food. Yep. And do you want to use the medkit for her? Or no?
I'll see if the Lord's gonna...
We discovered everything that could end up, and no one is willing to chat anymore. Silence is really disturbing. We should do something before we start talking to ourselves instead. Radio.
Knock.
That's a knock.
It's not knocks.
Oh, fortunately, we took the radio with us. We probably listen to some music. There's some music out there, don't they? Ted is hungry, isn't thirsty, isn't hungry, no longer thirsty, could use some food for Mary Jane, and then no longer thirsty or hungry. So Mary Jane needs food. We were considering alternatives to canned soup diet. Suddenly, a knock at the door broke our line of thought. We turned out to be visited by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape. All they wanted was something to eat, drink, bite to eat, or at least clean bandages and medicine to attend to their wounded.
Why not? We get something out of it.
Maybe like some water, because we really need water.
Map!
Nice, you got a map.
I mean, technically.
We'd never seen anyone touched by a simple gift. A minute later, these poor people were hugging us like there's no tomorrow, quite possibly, actually, and thanking us for the gesture. They're eager to repay us, and one of their group offered us a map of the local area. They claimed it helped to get us here, or help get them there, so it brought luck upon whoever used it. We promised we'd give it a try and wish them a safe journey. While playing in the shelter, Shirikov stumbled upon a small wooden box that was hidden behind some loose bricks. It contained some useless memorabilia and a can of old bug spray. So you just replace the bug spray that you used for the med kit. Ted is rested. Mary Jane is rested. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. Tuba was bad enough, but this coughing is everywhere. Mary Jane needs some medicine and quick. Timmy is good. At least he was 5 minutes ago.
So nobody's hungry.
Yeah, but I think you need to use it or she's gonna die. Shirikov can sure take care of itself, but we can't help but wonder how self-made cat is. It happens that we found an address on his collar. It's unlikely that the owner is still alive, and trip to the wasteland is always risky. You should go outside and check that out. Alright, so here's the thing. I will say, if you find the owner, you lose the cat. And it seems like the cat has actually been helping you, and you don't need to feed it.
Timmy means to say.
Why did I do that? Because that actually probably helped her in possibly beating my time. Cat belongs to us now. It's our dear new friend and a valuable addition to our bunker. We managed to use the pillow for the whole 10 seconds yesterday before it so scratched our eyes out. Clearly, it's very fond of us. It's staying, and that's final. Ted should drink something soon. Prepare some water and water. I'm pretty sure you have none. Or do you have just enough? Door-to-door salesman, remember from before the apocalypse, came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen. We refused. Now he just wants supplies and says he reveal some state secrets to us in return.
I need that food. Oh, she back?
Mumble's back with a little bit of water.
You gotta be kidding.
There's a rule we don't trust door-to-door salesmen, especially if you attempt treason. We told him to come back. Whatever planet he dropped Earth from, I got angry, stopped off mumbling about how our souls are going to be devoured by the alien Lord Yontar. Poor guy, he seemed very confused. We're glad to see Dwarves come back safely from the wasteland. Our house wasn't the only one to suffer. Most of the neighborhood was destroyed by the blast. The street was completely covered by piles of rubble. Chunks of wall and roof tiles. A rare pacifier and a gas mask can occasionally be seen from a distance scavenging for supplies. We found a refrigerator in the middle of our neighbor's lawn. Even without electricity, the light was on. It contained a few soup cans and, surprisingly, a brown fedora. It wasn't edible. We tried. It appears that Mr. Jenkins from down the road was brewing his own moonshine. We discovered a few bottles with labels that suggested a high percentage of alcohol, but the stuff tasted like water, so we assumed he failed. Or did he? A band of kids was all playing a war in nearby ruins. They had plenty of real guns with ammunition. It's encouraging to see the kids are making the best of this terrible situation. They even shared some ammunition with us. We believe our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. Be cautious next time. Dolores is not eating for a while, really tired. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. His stomach is rumbling. No, thirsty, really thirsty. So it looks like food for the parents, yeah. And she wasn't sick. It's being monitored though. One thing you don't expect is band people dressed in green clothing showing up your dojo, claiming they take from the rich and give it to the poor. Exactly what happened to us. Should we let those clowns in? They might provide some quality entertainment. They might think they're Robin Hood. They might steal from you, or they might help you out.
Who cares? Radio is still there. Flashlight's gone. Food's gone too.
No, the harmonicas. The merry men were not merry at all. They told us they were rich. We were rich, and then we should share with the 99% of the wasteland. They grabbed a few things and left. We didn't do anything to stop them. Their green clothes were too damn hip.
Hypnotizing.
Hypnotizing, yes. Dolores is not eaten for a while. Good night. Sleep around here. One thing we need is water for Dolores. She needs food and water. Ted is no longer hungry. Timmy should eat something. There isn't anything. So, Dolores, food and water, and Timmy, food. You're just trying to get Dad kidnapped.
Yes.
Totally trying to get him kidnapped. Kidnapped.
Dad's still here.
Mm-hmm. Ted left for the surface. We'll hope he'll be back soon. Equipment. And, really love to eat something. Good night's sleep. Spare some water. Mary Jane, quite hungry. But water. So water for Mary Jane, food for Dolores, or water and food for Mary Jane, water for Timmy, and food for Dolores. When I broadcast from military, they said we need to locate general areas, then on the specific markings close by. They said the markings should be cards, playing cards. How strange is that? We're supposed to go near the bus stop and pin a card denoting our head count there. Weird. Perhaps if we're doing it, the time is now. No cards, though. Yep, and it's something you need to do.
Cat.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. Damn it, we missed our chance to let the military know where we are. This is a good bet that will get back to us again, but when will it be? Dolores complains she can't get tonight's sleep. No longer hungry, so... Alright, so they don't need anything. We've been hearing some soft scratchy noises in the shelter at night. We thought it was just the wind, but we were wrong. It's the cat. It's not really doing anything naughty. It just likes... It seems like it squeezes through some small holes in the walls and makes its way outside. We're not sure where it goes during these secret trips, but every morning it's back in the shelter like nothing happened. Should we follow it next time it sneaks out? Yarakov took us to an old junkyard. It's inhabited by a lone resident, a self-proclaimed scientist living in an old bus, converted into a lab to conduct experiments. The doc seemed very happy to have his pet back, although the cat showed no enthusiasm at the prospect. We exchanged some small talk, but truth be told, we were kind of in a hurry to get out of there. The scientist didn't completely seem sane. He mentioned something about escaping the wasteland in a spaceship. Dolores needs water. Nothing bothering Mary Jane, and nothing bothering Timmy. So Dolores simply needs water, and she's taking the last of the water. And nothing this plain tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee, true blue American coffee, and you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. Where do you find that in this wasteland? Well, Dolores' favorite diner is used to be a fill box away. I should go on a coffee run, but who? Force Dolores to be able to go get her coffee? Yeah.
Go get your own coffee. She being proper now.
Great, we got a whole pot of cold coffee. Tastes weird. We didn't have any sugar and milk to give it flavor, but it'll do. It's a step up from the bland, slightly irradiated water we've been drinking. Pod only had a few cups worth of coffee, and we gulped it down in pure minutes. All of us were very alert and ready for anything. The next 5 minutes or so, anyway. No longer thirsty, should eat something. Impressed about Mary Jane. So, Timmy just needs to eat. We are emptying our bucket in front of the shelter when we discovered a hastily drawn map on one of the ruined walls. Someone drew a route and marked a spot in there. Maybe supplies are hidden there. Should we check it out?
Dolores.
Lucky to spot that map. The spot marked a hiding place and we found some useful supplies there. Dolores has not eaten in a while. Mary Jane gets something to drink. Mary Jane is hungry. Timmy needs water. So, who needed to eat? Dolores and Mary Jane.
Yeah, Mary Jane.
It sounds like the herd of animals are stampeded across our heads. What used to be a beautiful lawn. They're not getting away with that. It might be a perfect opportunity to get some fresh food. Who should go hunting?
Mary Jane. Yeah.
Shirakawa's back. You got some more food?
We need water.
We found the herd and were able to bring down something that looked like a two-headed donkey that was carrying a package of sorts. Before we get to it, a giant bird prey swooped on it, grabbed the carcass, and flew away. All that remained were a few cans of soup that fell out of the donkey's pack. +3. When we woke up today, we discovered that Shirakawa somehow found its way back to our shelter. Does it mean he'll stay for good? We're not sure exactly what transpired between that little guy and its owner. We asked, but it wouldn't tell. Loris is no longer hungry, but she will not last long without water. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really find something to drink fast. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Can you give them soup instead? I don't know if that works, but you have the soup. That's the thing. You have the soup. Maybe it'll help. Either we're going crazy, or the entire shelter is crawling with insects, or worse. It's worse. They're spiders. They're not the miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We got something to do something about them.
Yes. That was a weird meow for a cat.
It's thus to them, but there are any reservations when it comes to choosing your arsenal. We knew the spiders stand no chance against aimed bug spray, killing spray. We used it when it was over. A few remaining spiders fled. We started cleaning up and claimed an unexpected prize. A soup can that we hadn't noticed before. It was well hidden in the shadows underneath a few layers of dead spiders. Mary Jane keeps painting. Water. Yep. Yeah, they're really bad. Curiosity almost killed the cat. Shirakawa found a tiny wire sticking out from the ceiling and pulled it out. Plaster and debris fell on our table, topped off with a big meowing furball. What was that thing anyway? Nobody remembers it being there before. The cat might get angry if we take away the wire, so maybe it's best to leave it, or should we examine that wire? I think you have to do anything at this point for water. Dad's back.
Water!
Kids are dead.
Oh, there's more food. Wait, no? What? The kids would have skeletons.
We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned-out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. Some space tech right there. They were listening to us on our very own shelter. Their feeble excuse for a roadside picnic didn't convince. Even Timmy knows he can't have picnics here. The car had no wheels. Ted had safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Who would have thought that wooden furniture could be so durable? In the ruins of one of the town's buildings, we saw a desk and several... Oh my god, you got a lot of soup too. We saw a desk and several bookshelves. We soon realized there were many local public libraries who went to the rubble to investigate. Underneath the librarian's table, we found a lunchbox. Some food in it. We wonder if it possibly prevented her from eating her lunch. The collapsed ceiling might have taken her appetite away. Under debris, we found some water bottles. They're a bit dusty, but the liquid inside looks clean enough. Might be paranoid. But we think someone followed us. Let's hope this doesn't happen again. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Ted's stomach is rumbling. He's really tired. When Mary Jane found out she is not getting a single drop of water, she got furious. She stormed out in the wasteland, shouting at her shoulder, "We that will regret this." That she's getting her water one way or another. We're seriously terrified right now. Lack of water drove Timmy insane. He opened the shelter door and ran away without looking back. He's not likely to return.
Okay.
So Dolores needs water, like now.
Water. Wrong thing. That would have ended very. No.
Dolores is in pretty good shape, but they, agents who are spying stand at the door and want to explain themselves, so we hear them out.
Yeses? Someone got sleep. We got sleep.
That was the 4 cans that were there. They're agents, real-life secret agents of the government mission. We saw their indicted characters briefly. They weren't listening on us. It was the cat they were interested in. They made a request, too, wanting us to aid them with some of their top-secret missions in the future. If we do that, they promised they would extract us to a government safe house full of supplies and donuts. Hopefully they'll come back soon with more information. Ted is hungry. Should drink something. Dolores is no longer thirsty. The jet needs both. Something's missing. Let's see. Fan, check. Strange noise in pipes, check. Hellish yells outside, check. Oh, Dolores hasn't spoken in a while now. That's not good. It's really strange. Talking to her would be a good idea.
Yeah, hopefully you don't tell us about something weird.
The fact that both your kids are gone?
The soup looks like got blood on it. Oh, is that the soup on the wall then?
I don't know. Talking to Dolores helped her resolve some of her issues and doubts. She feels better now. Ted is hungry. Ted is still tired. Few days West would need. Life is hard for right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. Hope stays. The kids just take off, and Dolores is just great.
Alright.
A few more hours of coughing to get used to it. Our ventilation fans have halted. No fresh air seems to be circulating throughout the shelter. We have to fix this before we suffocate like rats trapped by a professional and very cruel rat catcher. And there's nothing you can do about it. Fan seems to be working. Besides ignoring any problems, events focus on our problem. I predicted all just a bad, nasty cough and had some trouble breathing, but it got better the next morning. We don't know what the issue is, but the important thing is gone now. Ted isn't hungry anymore, and Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. So Dolores just needs water. Receiving another transmission from the army. They'll be doing a quick sweep of the area and ask survivors to leave markings at the nearest bus stop to indicate they're around. Still no cards.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's like your next step on that. You need the cards. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck here. E50.
Cat.
Mm-hmm. Don't we missed your chance. Ted is thirsty, and Dolores would like to eat some. There's a lot of...
Sorry.
There's a lot of space down here. We can smell everything. When you get the wall, one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole. We got pretty sick. Smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench?
Yes. Because last time it gave you food.
See, that's the thing. She's using what I did to be able to try to learn from it. I had to give her more food. We looked in the hole, fearing something might come at us. Body parts. Nothing happened. Gave the proper bowl and an empty can deserve that much, and 1 can of food. Dolores is no longer hungry, Ted is no longer thirsty, and Ted has rested. Alright, so now you can finally send someone out. Just when we thought about a quiet day, a group of bandits on the other side of the door. Doesn't sound too good. What do we do? Padlock is gone.
Oh,
Padlock stopped. We need to think of other ways to fight off the bandits. Other soup-hungry barbarians. We were able to fight off the bandits this time, but there's no guarantee they won't come back. We'll need to be prepared at all times. Dolores is thirsty.
Thirsty.
And Ted is needing nothing. You gonna take anything? Oh. The map. Wonder if he takes the map.
Gun checkerboard? Board?
Oh, gun and bullets. Because you can actually take them. Huh. That's the first time I've seen 4 things like that. What was this?
Okay.
I might have convinced her to do that so she loses. Because if the bandits come back, she has no thing to
Dolores
protect
is
herself.
no longer thirsty.
Hard being down here, living down here. We need to make the best of it. We might find ourselves in more trouble. That cute meow.
She looks so pissed at the cat.
Hard not to worry considering our current situation. In days we're struggling to deal with the shelter life, but we can't lose hope. Dolores would really love to eat something.
Good, I ain't giving you any water.
Cats have been staring intently at their supplies all day. Its eyes are piercing. You can practically feel the tension rising in the shelter as well as the sense of danger. Must be how cats communicate that it's time to eat. We share supplies with our furry friend.
Oh, duh, it's a cat. And I have a lot of food.
Little Devil utterly devoured the whole can in less than 60 seconds, left nothing behind, not even a drop. After that, took a long, peaceful nap. At least it won't bother us for a while now. Dolores is no longer hungry. If there's anything, it's water for Dolores. Hear that noise is coming from below. Probably the right time to check the main hole in the corner. It's locked every time, so we got the shelter, but there's no flashlight or...
The freaking Robin Hood people took our flashlight. You look like a zombie.
Second. Going into Turkey Tunnel is not a good idea. It looks like Shirkov snuck out to hunt the wasteland last night. This morning we found a dead glowing rat on our doorstep. Shirkov seems pleased with his gift for us and quickly expressed disappointment when we threw it far away from our home. Nothing good will come from touching dead radioactive runs, so maybe we should have left it where we found it. Dolores is not thirsty. Dolores got ill. Band of raiders are at our doorstep. They deemed we let them in. There is no gun. We either yelled or we... There's no game. Either we yield or we'd fight back. There is no middle ground here.
Well, I guess I'm dead. You're rude.
57 days in the shelter. I win. I win by 6 days because Amanda listened to me to be able to take the gun and the bullets out of the shelter. Woo!
I'm still better at collecting stuff.
You did do really, really good on that. Like, really, really good on that, which I was really surprised at. Because you thought you were going to be like 10 days or something like that. You lasted 57 days. Technically, Dolores and him were both alive. 57, water consumed 12.5, 11.25, time spent in your shelter twice. 5 for 5 on expeditions. You had 2 no decisions. 12. Yeah, I'd say overall you did better. If you wouldn't have sent the gun out with him, you probably would have beat me. I love you. All right, guys. It's that time of the night. I think we had really, really fun with this. This is something that we would definitely want to get back to, but we do have the other version of the space one as well, which I believe is called 60 Parsecs. I believe it's called 60 Parsecs. We do have that one that we'll go ahead and give a try out. And then to be able to let you know, I did get quite a few other games to be able to go ahead and throw on the channel to be able to stream. I'm going to probably play this a couple of times on stream as well. If you guys are interested, it's over at twitch.tv/RandomPlanet. All right, guys. Please remember, you, your friends, your family, your loved ones, please stay safe out there during these tough times. And we will see you guys again in the next video. Bye-bye for now.